The runoff elections are just days away. We're joined now by Alexandria Stevens from the Montgomery Election Center. Next Tuesday, less than a week away.
Yes, it's coming up really quickly.
What elections are on that ballot next Tuesday?
Well, there's a runoff in Congressional District 2 in both parties, so both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party for next Tuesday.
Do you expect a big turnout with this being such a hotly contested race with a lot of eyes around the nation on it?
Typically, history has shown that runoffs have a low turnout, but we're hoping for the best. We're hoping we do have a high turnout.
We know there have been some precinct changes since the elections back in 2023, 2022 as well. What do people need to know before they head to the polls?
Well, we encourage voters to know before they go. So there are several ways they can find that information. They can contact the Montgomery County Board of Registrars, and that number is 832-1215. We also have a texting service that voters can utilize. All they have to do is text the words polling locations to 334-625-1763, or they can visit our website, which is montgomeryvotesal.gov. So they have several ways they can find that information.
That text option is a great resource. Yes. Are a lot of folks utilizing that? Did you find that they were last month?
Yes, especially on election day. Yes.
What was the response that you got in person?
For
that texting, do you hear a lot of good things about it?
Yes, a lot of people love it because it's easy. You know, sometimes people, you just don't want to talk to a live person, so it's easier to text, get that information back, and you have it right at your fingertips.
Okay, 6 days from that runoff election. Is it too late to get that absentee ballot in?
Tomorrow is actually the last day that someone can apply for an absentee ballot in person. So if they want more information about that, they can contact our absentee office at 832-1281.
What do voters who are going to vote in person need to bring with them to the polls?
They need to make sure they have a valid photo ID. So for example, a driver's license, a non-driver's ID, passport, military ID, and those are just a few things. They can visit our website to get a full list of that. And again, that's montgomeryvotesal.gov.
You've made it really easy for folks to find their polling location, but if they do show up at the wrong precinct, what should they do?
Well, the first thing we want voters to know is that they can always vote a provisional ballot. So no voters to be turned away, even if they show up at the incorrect precinct. If they feel like the election officials are giving them incorrect information, we encourage them to give us a call on election day before leaving the polling place or before voting their ballot. That way we can get them the correct information to make sure they can cast their vote.
You mentioned traditionally it's a low turnout in runoff elections. Mm-hmm. Why would you encourage folks to show up at the polls and make sure that they vote?
Yes, I do encourage people to show up because the runoffs, you know, they're just as important as any other election. All elections are extremely important, and, you know, we try to tell voters that it starts at the local level, goes to the national level, and each one is just as important.
All right, give us those details if folks need information about the upcoming election, whether that's their polling location or what they need to bring to the polls or something about an absentee ballot.
They can visit our website for all of that information. Again, that's montgomeryvotesal.gov. They can also give us a call at the election office, and our number is 832-7744.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And WSFA 12 News hosted debates with the candidates in Congressional District 2, that runoff election. On the Democratic side, Anthony Daniels faces Shamari Figures. For the Republicans, Dick Brubaker is up against Caroline Dobson. You can go back and watch those full debates on WSFA.com and the 12 News app.